Joining us now in the conversation with the Common Connect right now, I'm going to welcome someone very special again from client side. Please welcome the head of enterprise segment, Lenovo India, Mr. Aditya Agarwal with us right now. And he in conversation with Mr. Amit Sharma. Aditya, hi, welcome to Cutting Chai Stories. I'm sure you enjoyed the conversation that Mr. Amit had about his life.
Yes, I did. And the whole thing that he's doing is so inspiring, as well as the people that he talked about, those who have inspired him. I think they are role models for a lot of us.
True. True. So very quickly before I leave this thread and leave the two of you to continue ahead in conversation, it's a very a simple question, and I would expect a simple answer, straightforward answer in a short one. Let's start with Amit first. Amit, what are the challenges faced by the industry in the 21? And I'm sure there were so many challenges, but is there any innovation that we see, and how do we get prepared for the coming years?
So you mean to say the last year that went by?
Absolutely.
I mean, we all know, in a very simple word, COVID itself was a challenge that everyone faced. But the outcome of that particular scenario, so at least a couple of very pertinent challenges that we faced, at least in healthcare and maybe most of the other organizations. One was a terrible uncertainty. I mean, unfortunately, nobody had an answer that what is happening next. So when we talk of so much of planning, so much of kind of resource planning, and some of the other stuff that you need to work towards, unfortunately, I mean this entire year was entire year of uncertainty. So we were not able to plan. Secondly, for somebody like in healthcare. This was definitely, I would say, within 1 year in the COVID time frame, we kind of leaped almost a decade in terms of the change in technology or change in the operating sphere that we were working on. I mean, we always talk in our hospital meetings out there that COVID had forced so much of changes in the way healthcare and a hospital operate. Which was not at all possible in a normal landscape. I mean,
True.
We have seen so much of change. So definitely technology leaps and bounds was the other highlight of 2021 that I would say.
Thank you, Amit. Aditya, your take on the same, the challenges faced by the industry and the lookout in the coming years.
Yep. So, uncertainty, like Amit said, I think that's the key word right now, because, and that continues in 2022 also, right? That, yesterday, I mean, a few years ago, we could predict a lot of things, but today we can't, right? And we simply don't know when are things ending, when are things starting, right? So that uncertainty in the workplace, people don't know when are they going back to office, how long are they supposed to continue from home. So that is one key defining part that I see. Now, in terms of other challenges, the IT challenges, early, and I'm speaking more from an IT perspective also. And the IT challenges have remained quite similar. Security we see are still challenges, and people. How do we this whole challenge is now more kind of societal also, that people knew how to work in office. They've adjusted to working from home, but now it's kind of a work from any place kind of scenario right now. And how do we keep people productive? How do we keep them safe? How do we ensure that their mental health is also accounted for? I think that's one big challenge. Of course, industries, demand, supply. I'm leaving that point out because there is also an uncertainty over there. But just in terms of IT and people working, I think these are some big challenges that we need to grapple with.
Absolutely, and I think this only way forward is to bring in the innovation. So, with that thought and a very interesting conversation with Amit Sharma, I thank you for being in conversation with me.